Hey guys, welcome to my Samoan language instruction on descriptive pronouns. These are the second of three different types of pronouns that you need to know in the Samoan language. The first were the emphatic pronouns. Those put an emphasis on the doer or the subject, those being the same thing. And these pronouns put an emphasis on the description or the action taking place. And later on in the course, we're going to be learning possessive pronouns. So these descriptive pronouns are very similar in a lot of cases to the emphatic pronouns. And I want you to memorize, before we get any further, I want you to memorize this chart. And it should be very counterintuitive because you've already memorized the emphatic forms of these. Okay, so I hope you were able to pause the video and memorize that. If you haven't, do that now. Okay, so now that we have these memorized, we can move forward. And I want you to know that the sentence structure changes a little bit when you use descriptive pronouns. Emphatic pronouns, what we learned earlier on in the course, were considered postposed, meaning that we put those pronouns after the action. These descriptive pronouns are considered preposed, meaning that we put these pronouns before the action, just like I have written here. So it'll be tense marker, then the doer, then the action. And if you want to be a little bit more English grammatically correct, it's probably tense marker, subject, verb. The doer and the subject are the same thing, and the action and the verb are the same thing. Whichever one that makes more sense to you, use that one. I like the top one because it's a little bit more simple to me, but if the bottom one, you like that one more, then use that one. And just like before, when we were learning the emphatic sentence structure, this is very similar to that same kind of training. It's not an actual sentence structure, it's just developed to help you get the hang of this sentence structure, and so that you can move on to learn the actual sentence structure and already have kind of the foundation. Okay? The difference here would be in the subject. Instead of just being a subject, I would have a noun phrase of the subject, and that subject would have both my doer and the thing that's describing that doer. Or if you want to be more English grammatically correct, then it's more of a pronoun and an adjective. Okay, an adjective is describing a noun. Okay, and the verb, instead of just being a verb, it'll be a predicate phrase, and a predicate phrase is basically verbs and adverbs and things describing that action. Okay. But before you overwhelm yourself, I just want you to memorize it in this case. I just want you to pick one of the two options here, tense marker doer action or tense marker subject verb, and remember it like that. And then just remember, if anything's describing that subject, then you need to fill it into the subject slot. And if anything's describing that verb, you need to fill that into the verb slot as well. Okay, so moving on, I have this table at the bottom here, and in red I have the emphatic pronouns that you should have already memorized by now. And I want you to put in the blank spot, I want you to put the descriptive equivalent to that. So for example, the oa'o, that means I and me in the emphatic form, but in the descriptive form that you just barely memorized would be an A right here. Okay? So I gave you the first one. I want you to pause the video and work on the remainder of these. Okay, so hopefully you were able to get these, and if you were able to get these, then you've done a good job and we can move on. If you weren't able, then you need to go back and memorize the very first part of this video, the descriptive pronouns, and be able to know both the emphatic forms and descriptive forms of all these pronouns. Okay? Awesome. And then you also need to know what they mean. So oa'u and o, this first section here, that means I or me. And you also need to know that I lato and lato is they three plus. And I ta'ua and ta, that is us two inclusive for two people. Okay? So you need to be able to do that with all of them. And if you can't, then you need to go back and review. Okay. Moving on, basically that descriptive case is done. I'm going to give you some vocab because we haven't worked on a lot of vocab in the last few videos. So I want to give you some vocab, and I want you to pause the video and memorize these. Okay, hopefully you paused the video and memorized those, or at least wrote them down on flashcards so that you can memorize them. And moving on, here's the second set of the vocab words that I want you to work on, and I want you to pause the video and write these down. Okay, a quick tangent. I want to give you some common phrases around the house, and here we go. So it's getting late. The way that you would say that is "Wa leva le po." don't forget to wake me up at such and such time would be awa ne'ingalo e whawhangua'u ile, and then you put a time right there. And is there another sheet? Is pe iai se isi ie afu? Okay. How about that one lying over there? This would be alai ta'atia mai o. Okay, so this phrase right here, this la a, would be slurred into alai ta'atia mai o. Okay, sweet dreams or have a good dream would be fai se miti lele. Don't sleep so long would be awa le moi umi, so you could tell people to not sleep in, and that would be the same phrase. Get up would be nofo ilunga, and that literally translates to sit up. Have you been awake long would be po leva ona e ala. Okay, yes, I got up very early, and this would be like around either when the sun's just barely coming up or before, so that would be yoi na o ala po lava. Okay, yoi na o ala po lava. Put your things away would be ta pena ni au mea. And I want you to pause the video and work on these kinds of phrases because you'll be hearing them around the house. Okay, moving on to the last bits of this common phrases. These are more particular to the bathroom. Are you going to shower or bathe? If you want to be honorific or polite, the way you say is pe fa'amalu. Okay, I'm going to go shower would be ote alu mata ele. Do you have your towel and your soap? This is a little bit longer, and it would be like this. So, e iai so soluta ele ma sao fasi moli. Okay, so that's how you would say that. And then, please hand me the razor to shave my beard. Something like that would be fa'a mole mole au maile tafi se isele lau ava. Okay. And don't forget your toothbrush and toothpaste would be awa ne'ingalo lau pulumu nifo ma mea fulu nifo. And brush your teeth would be fufulu o nifo. So I hope this video helped. If there's anything that's not quite clicking, I want you to rewatch the video. And until next time, guys, tofa soifua.